Hello. I just want to make a video and talk about this current situation that's going on where Donald Trump is being blamed for everything. I see people blaming everything on Donald Trump. And that is what the corporate agenda wants. That's what they're aiming at. That's why they created this virus situation and they created the civil unrest, the anarchy state. They created that only for one reason, to turn people against Donald Trump. And the corporate agenda, to them, it wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't matter what happens, even if it backfired at them. They don't even seem to look down the line of, having total chaos breaking out or a world war. The corporate agenda does these things. It's the corporate agenda. My husband doesn't agree with me. It's the corporate agenda that is behind all of this. Okay, if we really look at this closely, if we really follow the money trail, and we can see all these interactions and all these maneuvers, we can see how suddenly a movement like this becomes organized. How is it being organized? Who organizes it? Okay, I observe these things. Okay, or the Bernie Sanders craziness, and that went on for a while. That didn't work out. Then they have plan A, B, C, D, and so on. Okay, the corporate agenda. They have all these things and they always think ahead. Always like, how can we outsmart, outtrick, how can we cause division in order to create this situation or that situation? How can we do this? If we create a virus pandemic, then people will go against the president, whoever the president is at that moment, because they've seen this in the past. So because of that, they just think about all the chess moves that they have to play to get from A to B, to get what they want. And that's what it is. And they are using people to the fullest extent. They use people's fear, they use people's racism, they use their hatred, they use history, they use all these things. They use religion to the fullest extent, ruthlessly, brutally. That's what the corporate agenda does. They do this. They use people's fear of hell. They use people's fear of abortion. They link things up. They link A and B up, which used to be neutral, but they link two things together. They link, let's say, use something really ridiculous. They link up, what can I use that makes this really understandable? They link up, let's say, mini skirts with hell. Okay, so this is a real ridiculous example. It actually doesn't really fit because the corporate agenda wants women to wear mini skirts, because then they can sell you mini skirts and they sell sex and they keep women unempowered, and this is all plotting towards the corporate agenda, the whole thing. Okay, but let's just use this as an example. They link up mini skirts with hell, and then there's a lot of people that will start hating mini skirts. Okay, and they do this with anything. They can link anything that wasn't related before. They'll link it up and they will sell you a new association. They will implement a new association into your brain. Okay, they use your existing fear. They monitor people. They watch you very closely. They watch the mass movements. They watch mass hysteria. They watch particularly which target groups are affected by this the most. Affect which groups are affected the most by which advertisement or which movement, or what kind of statement, or what kind of language, terminology. They study this very, very carefully, and they write this all down, and they talk about this. They have summit meetings. They have corporate psychologists, market psychologists, okay, that work for them. I see the eye of the blue god everywhere. This is so beautiful. It's gorgeous. So yeah, and so these people are they're heartless with very high IQ. This is a tricky combination, Very high IQ in the way of always thinking ahead for themselves, okay? Cunning, always greed based. And how can we use this or this or this or this person? That's how they think. Always, how can I use this person in which way? The CEOs, they will see a woman and think, how can I use this woman now? How will she look on my side if I take her on vacations or to business meetings? How will she look on my side? Okay, and then for the actual pleasuring, they will use a hooker, because the woman is not what they actually want, but they'll use her as the trophy wife. Most women aren't even aware that this is going on, and then behind the scenes they are looking at fat women, but they could never admit that they like fat women. All of these things are going on. This is all going on behind the scenes. Nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about how they really feel. Nobody says to anyone, this is how I really feel about you. This is what I really want, actually. This is, let me find out why I want this. I'm on my healing path. I want to find out why I have jealousy. I want to find out why this hurts me so much if they say this to me. And I want to be honest with them. I want to say straight into their faces, this hurts me, okay? Almost nobody does this, okay? Until things brew up to absolute escalations, okay? And the racism, that doesn't even have anything to do anymore with anything that it way in the past. That was just... There's a lot of hurt, there's energetic hurt, of course, but the racism, the racism that's going on today from either side, from any person, from any ethnicity, every ethnicity has their racism against other ethnicities, okay? This is what's going on. Most people don't talk about it. Okay, but it's going on. Okay, it is going on, and so there are different reasons why this person hates this type of group or that. There's always a reason behind it. Okay, so there could be history, like the parents say, oh, they unempowered us. Okay, they stepped on us like a rug, and they'll perpetuate that hatred and that hateful energy instead of healing it, instead of introspecting, okay? Every ethnicity, okay? So, and then you better believe it, there's a lot of white people that are jealous of black people. Better believe it, okay? But they don't talk about it, I find black women extremely beautiful. So yeah, I'm jealous of their body shapes. Okay, so I'm jealous of real big booty and amazing body and athletic body and all of this. I'm jealous of this. I have I have the conviction of making the world a better place. That's why I talk about this. Otherwise, I would feel very shy about talking about this publicly. But this is what's going on. I wished everyone would be honest. I wished everyone would say to the other person, this is how I really feel, you know. There's a lot of jealousy going on, okay? There's so much jealousy going on, and this, oh, they think they don't have anything. Then I heard this politician today on a live tweet saying, they don't have fathers. They don't have fathers. Wait a minute, is he going to blame Donald Trump for this? Or Hillary Clinton? Or who is he blaming? The white people? It's the white people's fault because the black people don't have fathers? Is that what it is? Let this sink in a little bit, okay? No, it's nobody else's fault other than your own fault, okay? If black men don't take responsibility for their children, if they get their pleasure, they use their wives or girlfriends, they use them, and then they throw them away and they walk away. So then they use more. Then they can use 100 more women. Some of them kill them afterwards too. That happens too. And then who do they blame? Then, they have a lot of, some of them have hundreds of children with hundreds of different girlfriends. Who do they blame? White people for this? For this promiscuity, for this recklessness? No, you have only yourselves to blame. Only yourselves, okay? Take responsibility for your own actions. You leave your children, your innocent children that are at your mercy, that cannot defend themselves, that are new in this world, that are totally helpless, okay? And you leave them behind, you abandon them, the mother might be an alcoholic, might get into drugs, more abandonment for the children, more despair, lots of violence involved. Who do you blame? Blame yourself. Look at yourselves. Go into yourselves, okay? It's not Donald Trump's fault that this situation is happening. The corporate agenda, they use this ruthlessly to their fullest advantage. They use the hatred, they organize you. They organize all of you. They put you in buses. They ship you to different cities to cause some rioting. To even Barack Obama, who goes out there and says, go ahead and riot. Whoa, for a politician to say something like this is just, that's the epitome. It really is. I mean, what a breach of responsibility to tell people to go ahead and riot. He does it because he is part of the corporate agenda. His uncle is Dick Cheney, okay? He is part of the oil industry. He's part of the corporate agenda. He has a lot of, I heard he has his fingers and money in and stocks in the pharmaceutical industry, in the insurance industry. A lot of people uncovered this also, but no one wants to listen. No one wants to hear it. Okay, everyone goes, oh, he has the same skin color as you have, and now you need to worship him. Okay, that's what it's used. It's the race card was played from day one. He was chosen to take Hillary Clinton's votes away because they were afraid of Hillary Clinton, just as they are afraid of Donald Trump going green. Okay, so I'll make part two. They use anything they can to manipulate the public towards their advantage. And then the people fall for it. But the people, as my husband also said, the people are also to be blamed for this. every individual is to be blamed for this. I make part two.